Good morning. Good morning to each of you. I am Dr. Corrine Johnson, and I would like to welcome each of you on this morning to Grace for Today 5 minute devotions. And on this morning, our subject is going to be the importance of empathy. And our key scripture is going to be coming from First Peter chapter 3, verse 8. And I'm going to be reading it from the NIV. And it says, all of you should be of one mind, sympathize with each other, love each other as brothers and sisters, be tenderhearted, and keep a humble attitude. And so, in order for us to be able to live in harmony with your spouse, with your friends, or anybody else, you got to have empathy. And not only do you need to be aware of what's happening in their lives, you need to develop a genuine concern for them. Empathy is so very important because it meets two of our deepest needs: the need to be understood and a need to have our feelings validated. So, how do you become an empathetic person? Well, first of all, start by slowing down so you can notice what's happening around you. Because our culture teaches us to move fast. So we end up skimming relationally. You are skimming when you are hitting most of the high points and missing all of the kinds of details in the lives of people that you care about most. So, when was the last time you allowed someone to share their heart with you? You can't sympathize with people if you aren't listening to them. So once you've slowed down long enough to really listen, you got to start asking thoughtful and specific questions. Most people hold their emotions pretty close and they don't automatically share how they're doing, right? And so use gentleness to draw them out, because I'm fine is the standard answer. But that doesn't really tell you how they're really feeling. And so you got to begin to ask those specific questions like, how was today? Is it, better than yesterday? You got to ask, specific questions to draw out whatever that individual person may be going through. Are you dealing with something today that's hard? You got to ask those questions. And so the only way that you're going to have the energy to be authentically empathetic is by staying close to God, because God will reveal to you what's going on with those people around you if you take the time to slow down and discern. So if your emotional tank gets low, you'll be ruled by your own agenda, because selfishness pushes empathy into the background. So you got to ask God to help you to slow down, ask good questions, and give you the strength to better love the people in your life. Because when you're busy doing everything else, a lot of times we think, well, oh, I'm called to ministry. Oh, I'm called to the nations. I'm called to marketplace ministry. No, you're called to your family first. You're called to your spouse first. You're called to your friends and your family first before you call to anything on the outside. And so let's get our priorities straight this morning so we're not busy chasing after things that God never told us to chase after. And we're so busy that we can't discern that the people that are closest to us are really suffering and really need our help. And so on today, the importance of empathy. Are you tenderhearted? Are you keeping a humble attitude so that you can be empathetic with those around you? So on today, God bless each of you. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining with me for another edition of Grace for Today 5-minute devotions. God bless you. Go forth on today and have a great day.